I think that there was definitely urgency in certain aspects of the game, but in general we just didn't step up enough when we needed to, really. Especially for Coventry's goal. I was absolutely livid when they scored that. If Coventry had scored that through, world-class play, fair enough. And look, they're not going to complain, and nor should they. They've got the goal, got themselves in front, and that's exactly what it is. I think Coventry, actually, I'll tell you what, I think top two could be all but gone now. It just means now that in the games coming up, we cannot drop any more points. Obviously, now the only saving grace for me is that we've only got two of the top 6 or 7, whatever it is, out of our last 10 games. But it now means you've got to beat everybody else, really, to have even a hope and chance of doing it. Coventry are now 6 points ahead of us because we didn't bother to close the gap on them, and they've now got a game in hand. Pompey are above us; they've got a game in hand. But granted, Pompey have got Peterborough and Fleetwood coming up. So look, the games we've got coming up now, we've got to beat them. You've got to go at Gillingham next week. You've got to go and respond straight away. And when you go to Bristol Rovers, you've got to beat them. You've got to beat Blackpool. You should be beating Southend. Should be beating Shrewsbury. Should be beating Wimbledon. And it's not arrogant for me to say that. That's a fair expectation given what our hopes are this season. Look, fair enough. Coventry got the result. Fair play to yous. Just simply must respond in upcoming games. That's it. As for the goal, I was livid when I saw that our goal was disallowed, but when I look back at it, yeah, O'Nien did touch the ball last and he was in an offside position, so if that had been the other way around, we would have been appealing for that to be, given. Ultimately, though, the biggest frustration is that 1 point out of these 2 games simply isn't good enough. We should have been winning at least one of these games to really have a chance. I even have said if we'd got a draw today, I'd still said I think top 2 is very much alive because, and in patches we didn't actually play that badly. We played all right, we just didn't take with chances in the first half, but ultimately the difference was we didn't bother to defend Coventry's goal, and they got it because of that. Well done to Coventry, and to be honest, Coventry I can see going in the top 2 now. It just goes to show what happens when you've got a natural goal scorer. And again, this kind of brings us on to Wyke, and I feel like I scapegoat Wyke every single week, but I just don't rate him. I don't see what he brings to the table. He does a few fancy flick-ons here and there, but ultimately, again, in general, his touch is shocking. He doesn't win enough aerial battles for me, and given his size, that isn't good enough. He should be beating defenders to the ball in the air, not the other way around. And his touch in front of goal is terrible. He had one decent header, but again, that was straight at the keeper. He doesn't offer enough. And this again brings me on to Parkinson. Why the hell are you waiting until it's too late to make changes? And even I said this when we were winning, it still bugs me about Parkinson because he does it all the time. He waited, for example, he brought Lafferty on, wait until probably just before the 70th minute or 67th minute, whatever it was. And don't get me wrong, 20 odd minutes in a game is enough time to affect it. I don't dispute that. But again, it should have been made earlier. Scowen, I keep getting, we apparently brought him in for QPR, and apparently is a good player for League One. Why aren't we playing him then? Why are we not playing him then? Just responding games coming up, lads. I love yous and leave yous there. You've just got to hope that, thank God, Coventry drew yesterday. It means that 4 points of top 2 isn't insurmountable. Rotherham have got really, really easy fixtures coming up on paper, but let's wait and see. I love you and leave yous. Take care.